I'm Bill Herzer. I study Wado-ryu karate. I've been studying it since 1965. Karate's taught me a lot about life. It has been my life since I've been 18 years old, and now I'll soon be 65 years old.
I've known Mr. Herzer since 1966. Very energetic, very concerned about his students. He knows a lot of different types of martial arts. On Wednesday nights, we do the weapons class, and we cover the first and second nunchuck katas, and then we do the first and second most-out katas. All these katas are created by Mr. Herzer, and I'm sure a lot of the origin of these katas comes from when he was in the Far East, and they're really good katas.
My favorite thing to teach is kata, because in kata you can learn the awareness of everything around you, this fluidity of the body moving. You just learn the essence of how to move and how you get the power.
Hi, I'm Bill Taylor. I'm the owner and chief instructor here at the Bushido School of Karate. I met Mr. Herzer in 1973. 1973 I started taking karate at the Vine Street studio, and Mr. Herzer was a brown belt at the time. Mr. Herzer is very versatile. He can teach a kids class, and all the kids are going to be laughing, having fun while learning karate. Mr. Herzer can teach he teaches a morning cardio kickboxing class, which is primarily adults, primarily adult women, and they have a blast while they're all getting into great shape. And he can teach an adult advanced class. So very versatile and can easily modify what he's doing to make sure that everybody in the group gets the most out of their hour with Mr. Herzer.
Neat.
Okay, what's your first memory of a class with Mr. Herzer or an encounter with Mr. Herzer? If you can think of one. I know that's kind of an on-the-spot thing.
I guess memories that I have of Mr. Herzer were always trying to lead a dynamic, spirited class. His ki. If you came into class and you were feeling a little lazy or didn't have a lot of energy, probably just about 10 minutes into the class, Mr. Herzer is going to do something to get your energy level up. That's why a lot of people take martial arts, is to get energized, to lose weight, to get a higher level of metabolism, to burn off calories, and Mr. Herzer's always been very good at that.
Class with Mr. Herzer, you have to be ready for anything.
Very high energy person, still very high energy.
Pull that elbow in.
Okay. Hot. Two. Now. Two. Yeah! I cannot hear you. Two. Yeah! Chest up, head up. 8.
A class with Mr. Herzer can be anything from a very tiring exercise type workout, or it can be a very historical type workout. He's very good at knowing the philosophy of karate, so it's just kind of according to the mood that he's in, but it's always very knowledgeable.
My most known phrase would be relax, and that is the essence of taking your body and letting instead of your conscious, let your subconscious rule, so that you just get in and go ahead and charge hard, and we'll work on the technique as we go along.
He is a people person who loves karate and he loves people, and he's a stickler for details and one of the best instructors I've ever had.
The people, I guess, are my favorite, because without them I'm going to study by myself, but I've met so many good people and so many challenged people, because we take people of all levels, and I guess trying to find in my mind how to adapt so that they can learn. That is my favorite part.
His love for karate gave me my love for karate.
Mr. Herzer's just a great individual to know. outside of karate, in karate. He's just a very unique and interesting individual.
When I started kickboxing, Mr. Herzer was there to help me out, and no one in Middle Tennessee was doing that at all. So Mr. Herzer went way out of his way to find some contacts in Atlanta, Georgia, that we were both able to train with, and just Mr. Herzer just doing anything in his power to kind of help us all be better martial artists.
Back when I was in college, I didn't have a car, but I had to go to Nashville to study for entrance exams I was trying to get ready for, or work. I don't know how many rides I had with Mr. Herzer to and from Nashville. He was always very concerned about helping, never would take any money for it, just glad to do it. He's very concerned about his students in and out of class. If anybody ever called and needed help, he'd do it.
My first impression of Mr. Herzer is that he was very dynamic, full of energy. He wanted you to succeed in the martial arts as well as he had. He was very motivational.
First time I met Mr. Herzer, my first class, I was doing a roundhouse kick. He came over and told me I was not doing my roundhouse kick right, corrected me, very nice. He still corrects me on my roundhouse kick.
You went like this. Hot. Kick. Dude.
When we used to have the school, or he used to have a school on Vine Street, that floor was concrete. It was hot in the summer, very cold in the winter. The classes would start at 7. Generally we'll go till 10 o'clock at night. We might take one break about 10 after 9. He'd have one little sink in the back. And the sink was so old and so corroded, it was just dark where the water had come out all those years. But we would all line up and drink up under this sink, this faucet. It was so good because it was so hot.
Now I'll soon be 65 years old, and it just feels like I'm in the beginning of learning how to use it. As the years go on, I have to learn new ways to use the techniques as the body grows a little older, or few injuries. So it's taught me that you always have to adapt. Somehow you have to overcome.
And anything he does with such a great passion. That's important to me. I mean, not just martial arts. I'm talking about whether it's playing golf, fishing, skiing, shooting a bow and arrow, or entering his first kickboxing event. Anything he does, he's going to do with gusto. And I hope that I'm able to attain that and continue doing that. I'm about to turn 50, and I hope in 12 years, when I'm in my early 60s, I've got the energy that Mr. Herzer does.